Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you guys are coming from. I want to welcome you guys. I see a lot of people out here today. Um, wow, from all necks of the woods, not just the US, but from around the world as well. So it's good to see you guys and gals. Thank you for stopping by to learn about the best trading pattern that I've ever used. We're going to get into this here shortly. I want to cover a couple quick things before I do dig in. Like I said, it's great to see everybody, and there are quite a few folks here. So one of the things I wanted to start out by saying is I'm going to cover any and all questions at the end, guys. Okay, I promise I will. I'm going to save some time at the end, so please jot down notes, write down the questions, et cetera, and so forth. Please don't feel disrespected if I skip a question. I am not, well, I am purposely doing it. I'm going to cover it all at the end. Okay, so without further ado, guys, let's dig in. I've been trading for 12 years, okay? And a quick little note about myself. Before I became a technical analysis trader, I worked on Wall Street, okay? A very large um, bank on Wall Street. And I worked as a buy side institutional trader, okay? And that sounds all fancy and sounds great and all, but even though it was a great job, it was a little more pizzazzy in terms of the title than the actual work that was done. I'm mentioning this because I have a lot of people that come to me and they want to know about technical analysis trading. Some people go, ooh, day trading, I don't like that. And other people are very, very interested in it. Okay. Um, I've seen both sides. I've seen the wink, wink, quote, professional side where you wear, a suit and tie every day and hobnob with all of Wall Street's finest. I've been on that side. And I've seen the other side where you sit at home at your home office in a t-shirts and shorts or your pajamas at times. Okay, so I've seen the suit and tie and I've seen the pajamas, and I'll take the pajama side every time. Okay, and I mean that. That's the God's honest truth. Okay, so I want to be clear, this business is just as legitimate as any other business you'll try out there. Okay. And I'm going to show you that today. And I'm going to show it through one of the best patterns that I've ever used. Okay. And also, I want you guys to stick around till the end. I'm going to be talking for about 45 minutes to an hour. I have a really special bonus, and I'm also going to be giving away, well, I won't tell you, but I'm going to be giving away something at the end. So definitely stick around. I'm going to be talking, like I said, for about 45 minutes to an hour. I will absolutely answer any and all questions that you have when I'm finished. I say that because there are times I've gotten sidetracked and it's taken me 3 hours or 2 hours to get through one of these because people have a lot of questions. And you know what? I don't blame you. You know what? When I was sitting in your shoes, I had a lot of questions too. Okay. So I want to talk first of all, guys, about one of our students. Okay. Some of you guys know her. Her name's Taylor. Um, I bring her up because to me, this represents what this business is all about, right? We have somebody out there in her 20s, okay? I won't tell you where in her 20s, early, mid, late, but in her 20s, okay? Doing all kinds of odd jobs like I see a lot of people doing, all right? Selling protein powder or makeup or doing this or doing that or trying network marketing. It's something out there, everybody's trying to get ahead, right? Everybody's trying to catch an edge. Well, she found us through the internet, and this was a year and a half ago now, and she is just absolutely killing it. So I want you guys to go check her out on YouTube. You can maybe Unmo will put the link in for you guys. But check her out on YouTube, talk a little bit about her story, and a little bit about how trading has really helped her progress and I guess become the successful woman that she is now. Okay? So definitely do that. Why? Because you're probably, or some of you are sitting in the same seat that perhaps she was sitting in and wondering, can I do this? And you know you can, but you need that little nudge, you need that little push, right? Okay. For those of you guys who've seen Wall Street, Gecko is one of my favorites. Okay. The public's out there throwing darts at a board sport. I don't throw darts at a board. I bet on sure things. Now, why would I put that in there? Okay. I'm putting this in here, guys, because everybody shills something these days. Okay, live traders, we're a little bit different. Okay, and you can talk to our clients. You can talk to the people that come into our chat room every single day, the hundreds and thousands of people that come in there. Okay, I don't throw darts. We don't throw darts. Okay, we bet on sure things. And what I mean by sure things is that this system guarantees to make money. And you're like, oh, that's crazy. It's the truth. It's like flipping a coin enough times. You're going to get a rough 50-50 split. Guaranteed. Truth? Guaranteed. Just keep flipping it. The odds will keep coming back to the statistical mean. Okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right? And I do this by showing my P&L every single day. Every time I'm in the room, every day, okay, including today when I opened the room, all right, and lost, what would I lose today? $12, guys? Something like that. I show it every single day. And that's what I mean by we're different. Okay? A lot of places are telling you how great they are, but I'm showing it to you. All right? And that's a big portion of what today is going to be about. Okay? I want to show you these things, not just tell you these things. And also, you can look in the announcements folders in our chat room. It shows all our prior history, trades, records, etc. for the last several years. Okay? We keep as many in there as we can keep in there. All right? So, today's agenda, guys. Let's get into this, okay? Real deal, no fluff, no BS, just results, okay? So the pattern that I'm going to talk about is called a 3-bar play. All right, it's called a 3-bar play. It's one of my favorites, and you're going to love it. And the reason you're going to love it is the simplicity of it, okay? Isn't it nice when something can be simple and effective? Doesn't it suck when you have to go out there and spend 5 years learning something just to barely scrape by? Well, this is the type of pattern that you can learn relatively quickly, okay? I would say days, weeks, months rather than years. And yet it's just as effective as some complicated, convoluted, complex pattern that might have taken you 2 or 3 years to learn. Okay, so one of the things I'm also going to show you is how I used that pattern. I trade 2 or 3 different patterns, but that's my main bread and butter. How I use that pattern to take $2,165 and turn it into $51,700. Okay, I'm bringing this up because I'm also doing another experiment this year. The traders in the room know this, but I opened an account in January, and I told the traders that I'm going to take $5,000. I'm going to turn it into 50 this year. Okay, I'm going to do it in front of you. And every day that I'm on the mic, I show my account, I show the trades I take, the fills I take, et cetera, and so forth. All right. The beginning is always a little bit slow, and then the last half of the year blows up. Okay. So it's not a one-time thing that I took $2,000 and turned into 50. I'm going to show you 3 or 4 occasions. In 2017, okay, 2017 is going to be no different. Okay. So I bring all this up because not every trader's got gazillions of dollars to start with. All right, not everybody, has rich parents or, graduated MIT with a PhD. Okay, some people start with not a lot of money. Well, doesn't mean you're a lost cause. Okay, it doesn't mean that you cannot be massively successful in this business or carve out a nice living for yourself, whether that's an incremental income in terms of part-time or whether that's just a full-time income. You don't need a ton of money to do it, all right? So if that sounds like something that you fit into, meaning you're like, I'd like to make a little extra money, or gosh, I want to just kill it, right? I use Unmal as a great example. This is a kid, and I say kid because he is a kid. I mean, the guy was born in the 90s. If you're born in the 90s, you're still a kid, okay? And that's, I get it. You could be an adult, but you're still a kid, all right? And this guy risking $1,000 a trade, making 200 grand a year. I mean, unbelievable. And I look and I think it's off the charts. It's just off the charts that in 3 to 5 years you can be at that level. Some people progress faster. He progressed a lot faster than I did. Okay. So the point I'm making is if I can do it, if he can do it, you can do it too. All right. You can do it too. Okay. The pattern that I'm going to talk about today, guys, the 3-bar play, this is what it produced. Now, like I said, I trade roughly 2 patterns. Those of you who know me, I like to trade 3-bar plays and breakouts. That encompasses 90 to 95% of every trade that I take. Okay? Every single trade, 90 to 95% of them. Sure, I'm going to leave 5 or 10% in for some random pattern here or there, but that's just a rarity. Okay? All right? So you take a look. January, what happens? All right? Starts really slow. There's the 2,165 bucks. 1,400 is not bad, but it starts slow. And guys, I want you to take note of this because it's really, really, really important. All right? I took a snippet like every quarter of the year. It's just too much to put all 12 in here. By the time I had what I consider a solid month at $5,400 right there, okay? It was May. Think about what I just said. February, March, April. Grinding and grinding and grinding, right? Over that 2 or 3 month period, it was only worth a couple $1,000, right? Because January started off gangbusters, great month, right? Everything went well, and then February, March, not so good. April, a little better, and then May, boom. Couple more months later, in August, boom. And by the end of the year, November, boom. And all of a sudden, that 2,165 grows into a respectable number. Now, I'm not trying to say that 50 grand is a ton of money because we all know it's not a ton of money. Sometimes it doesn't pay the electric bill. But for some people, it's a lot of money. From where it came from, though, I don't care if you're Bill Gates, a 2,000% return is really, really good. Okay? So again, it starts slow. I continue to reiterate this, guys, because all of you out there, you want this overnight. Well, if you're going to start with a smaller account, you're going to have to put your time in, right? You're going to have to put your time in, all right? Notice it was about the back half of the year before things started really coming together. You count to 11 grand, it's at 17 grand. You add the 11 grand, all of a sudden, boom, it's a big year, okay? Telling this to you so you have some patience, okay? But if you have some patience, all right, okay, I have some patience. If you do too, imagine, guys. And for those of you that are in the chat room every day, and I see a lot of you here today as well, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Wake up 30, 40 minutes before the market opens. I do every day. Okay, I'm on the West Coast, so I try to get up as late as I can. Late is like 5:30 for us on the West Coast, right? You're on the East Coast, it's different. I walk down the hallway. It's a God's honest truth. I walk down the hallway, okay, in sweatpants and a t-shirt. A little TMI. I sit in front of my desk, open my trading platform, and I start working on my gap list. Okay? You know what the sad thing is? That's the truth. Okay? Sometimes I have to wake Unmal up. That's how late that guy gets up. Okay? So you think about waking up 30 minutes before the market opens. You're not getting into a suit and tie. You're not getting into your car to go deal with some BS rush hour traffic with road rage all over the place. You're walking down the hall, okay? You're walking down the hall. I'm going to build a gap list, which is my watch list, in 15 minutes. I do that from about market time, about 8:50 to about 9:05. Okay, check the timestamp every day. My gap list is in the room roughly 9 a.m., 9:01, 9:02, 8:58. Give or take those 3 to 5 minutes. Okay. You take that 5, 10, 15 stock list and you pick your 3 or 4 favorites. We do it every day in the room, and then you focus on them and you trade them and you make money. I do not trade much past 10:30. I don't do it. Okay. Why? There's just no reason to. Now, does that mean you can't? No, of course you. We have people that trade all day in the room. All right. I'm just not one of them. Okay, I'm just not one of them. So when you see that 2,165 turned into 51 grand, it was in roughly an hour and a half a day, from 9 a.m., 8:50 call it, till about 10, 10:30 every day. And that's just the facts. Okay, then you get to do whatever the heck it is that you want to do. Whether that's hit the gym, have lunch with your husband or wife, go to the golf course. I don't care. Go back to bed if you want to. I don't care. but it gives you all day to do the things that we're supposed to be doing in life, which is having fun and being happy. Instead of sitting there, going into the office, your boss is pissed off that day, and that what does that do? Shit rolls downhill. So your boss is upset. Now he puts you in a crappy mood. Oh, you had this great attitude going into work, and your boss just buzzkill as soon as you walk through the door. Okay? Who needs that crap? Right? You're done in this business. Okay? Pick the kids up from school, do what you want, take them out for ice cream. But what other business can really give you that kind of a life, guys? What other business can allow you to do these types of things? All right? Take your kids to the Bahamas, have a good time. All right? Drive nice cars, travel well, okay? Spend some time in the penthouse, which I'll be there in about 2 weeks, okay? Overlook the ocean, watch a movie in the home theater. What allows you, or what other types of business can you do that in the time that we can do it here? Not too many. I tell you these things because I want to get your attention, all right? I want to get your attention, okay? I want you guys to stop messing around and start getting serious, okay? It's a serious business with serious money on the line, so stop messing around, okay? Let's talk about this three-bar play, guys. All right? Let's talk about this pattern. So you see the lifestyle, you see the money that it can make even with a small account. So what is this pattern? Why is it so special? Okay? Guys, it's special because it rarely happens. It can happen. It rarely happens without serious interest in a stock. You see, I don't care how big you are, you're nobody in the stock market. Okay? Unless your name's Warren Buffett, you're really nobody. Okay? So when you think your 10,000 shares is important, it's not. I say this not to disrespect, but because you need to ride big money, institutional money, hedge fund money, HFT money. You need to ride that. Right? When you get on the back of the whale, it's a nice ride, smooth, easy sailing, but don't jump in front of it. Okay? So this is a very simple pattern, guys. It has to do with 3 and occasionally 4 bars. The first bar is always a wide range bar. Now, some people say, well, what does wide range mean? Great question. About double the size of an average bar, right? If you take an average bar and it's 50 cents, well, a wide bar would be about $1. Now, keep in mind, every stock is different. A wide bar on Goldman Sachs or Google or Amazon is going to be a lot different than a wide range bar on, say, Bank of America, right? Or Abercrombie or something like that. Why? Well, because one's an $800 stock and one's a $50 stock. Okay. So how do you determine if it's a wide range bar for that particular stock? Well, you just look at the rest of the bars on the chart, right? So let's just take a look at this chart real quick. You look over here and you go, okay, fairly narrow, fairly narrow. What bars stick out to me? Well, that green bar sticks out a little bit. That's a lot bigger than most bars I see. I would look at that and go, that's a wide bar. That's a wide range bar. Okay. Now this bar, whoa. I mean, that's a really wide range bar, right? $1.50 or so. So that wide range bar is simply in reference to the rest of the bars on the chart. Okay. So first bar has to be wide range. See it? 3 secrets. Bar 1, wide range. Bar 2, narrow range. Well, what does narrow range mean? Narrow range means, guys, in the upper 30 to 50%. Okay, so if the first bar right here is $1, I want this second bar, this red bar in this case, guys. I don't care if it's red. I don't care if it's green. The color of the second bar doesn't matter. Okay, doesn't matter, but it must be in the upper half of that first bar. So if the first bar is $1, you want this bar to be no more than, say, 50 cents, preferably 20, 30 cents. Guys, the time frame doesn't matter. It can be on a 1-minute chart, it can be on a 15-minute chart, could be on a monthly chart. The concept of a 3-bar play Does not matter, guys. Okay, so first bar, wide range bar. I want this bar to be the blast off bar, the igniting bar, the bar that gets everybody interested in this thing. Okay, preferably, little hint, hint, secret that's not on this slide, preferably on volume, right? I want to see a volume spike on this. It doesn't have to happen. I just like to see it. Volume spike, a little more accuracy. Okay, so first bar, wide range. Second bar, narrow range. Third bar, that's the killer. That's the blast off bar. That's the bar that continues this move higher. All right. But here's a really important point, and it's if you listen to nothing else, listen to this. This first bar has to be taking out something. In this case, notice this wide bar is blasting above. See this red line? That's a resistance line. All right, there was a pivot right here. There was a consolidation here, another consolidation here. This stock, for whatever, there was a consolidation here, another consolidation here. This stock, for whatever reason, I don't care the reason, don't care, was having a hard time getting over $66. This bar took care of all of that and then some. Okay, I don't want some wide range bar into resistance. That does me no good. There's sellers up there. I don't want some wide bar popping into this area. It has to break it. Take out the weak hands. Take out all these people over here. Break above it. Why? Because there's clean void air above. Wide bar takes all that out. Second bar is a narrow resting bar. Why? Because if you just ran a 100-meter sprint, you're going to need a couple of minutes of rest, right? You're going to need to take a little break before you had to go back at it again. Third bar is the trigger bar. You're going to buy it right where my cursor is. See where my cursor is, right? That little arrow right there. Boom, 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 boom. As soon as it breaks above bar 1 and bar 2 that high, boom, boom. Bar 1 and 2 should be roughly an equal high. Roughly an equal high. Okay? Your stop loss is going to go under here. Okay? Wide bar, narrow bar, continuation move. Entry right here, stop loss down here. After that, the management's up to you. Guys, I'm a scalper. I go for 1.5 to 2 to 1, 1.5 to 2 to 1. This thing gives me 2 to 1. So if my stop loss is 30 cents and this thing pops 45 to 60 cents, I'm gone. Do they usually go a lot more than that? Heck yeah, they do. Look at this one. Guys, 67.50 is the entry here. Stop loss is less than 50 cents. Call it 30, 35 cents. This thing went $2.50. It went 7 to 1. I'm gone after 2 to 1. That's a personal thing. That's something we don't have time to talk about today, why I do that. Okay? I'm gone after 2 to 1. Now, one of the things you'll notice, and again, I don't have as much time to talk about it today, okay? We always start with a great daily chart. Remember, if we go back, let's go back a couple slides. Create your gap watch list in 15 minutes. Pick your 3 favorite stocks. Do you see those little bullet points right there? Now they're coming back into play because I'm not probably going to find some of these 3-bar plays without first having a quality watch list. This stock is gapping over a couple red bars, a consolidation, multiple pivots. It's already on my list. Pre-market, before the market ever thinks about opening, and I see the stock gapping up, it's a stock of interest. I gotta have it on the list. Okay? Wide bar, couple narrow bars, blast off. Notice I said a couple. I said this is a 3 to 4 bar pattern. You can either have 1 resting bar or 2. 1 resting bar or 2. Okay? 1 resting bar, 2. In this case, we got 2. All right? Wide range bar. Notice if you look to the left, there's nothing there. Even look on the daily. There's nothing there to the left. Nothing. There's no resistance to stop me. So wide bar, couple resting bars. This is a 2-minute chart. Blast off. The entry is roughly 230. You could have waited for like 230.30 if you really wanted to. I got in a little bit early because I like the gap so much. See my fill? 230.0005. I got in a little bit early. I used a $1 stop loss. Okay? $1 stop loss. Got $1.86 out of it. That's about what? 1.8, 1.9 to 1. If $1 stop loss and you get $1.86, it's 1.86 to 1. But note, it went to 236, 237 bucks. I could have gotten 5 or 6 to 1 out of it. I'm gone. Right? 7 to 1, I'm gone after 2 minutes. That's my style. But the pattern doesn't change. You can ride it out longer if you want. If you have more patience than I do, more power to you. Simple, profitable, guys. That's it. Simple and profitable. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, I'm going to do this every time. Start with Gap watch list. Pick your 3 favorites from the Gap list. You got 10 or 15 stocks on your list. Dwindle them down to your 3 or 4 faves. You go back. Oh, there's another stock I like. Okay, there's another stock I like. Over 46, there's nothing going on here. Okay, there's nothing going on here. And guys, that happens to be a weekly chart. Okay, weekly chart. Wide range bar. Remember, 46 is the line in the sand. It's the line. There's nothing above 46. So if we can get over 46, I'm interested. I'm really interested. Wide bar takes out 46, goes to roughly 46.20, give or take. It's actually 46.23. Okay. Narrow resting bar, you're looking at a 15-cent stop loss, give or take. Blast off, gone. It's a $4,000 trade, guys. It's a $4,000 trade. Okay. This thing popped so hard, so fast, I didn't have a choice. Right? Once you're just trailing it out at that point. Okay. Wide bar, narrow bar, continuation move. How simple is that? Your bills for the month are paid in an hour for a lot of people, right? For the month. Okay. Here's another one. Okay. Note, this is important. What's the widest bar on the chart? This green bar right there. Notice you look to the left, there's no other bar even as close to as wide as that thing is. Takes out a pivot, another pivot, and finally the big pivot. Over 60.50, that's what we needed. We needed to take all of this out. Once we take it all out, there's nothing up here. Okay, there's nothing up here. All right? You get in at 60.50, your stop loss goes right there. See it? 60.20, it's a 30-cent stop. This stock went about 70, 80 cents. I'm going at 2 to 1, and there it is. Okay. In this case, I took 2,000 shares, so it was about a $600 risk. So I made 1.5 to 1. Remember, I said 1.5 to 2 to 1, 1.5 to 2 to 1, 1.5 to 2 to 1. I'm gone. Okay, gone. Note, we don't win on all of them, though, guys. I want you to take a look at the Twitter here on the P&L. I don't win on all of them, but you don't have to. You get 1.5 to 2 to 1. You only have to win on half of them. Less, a little bit, actually, right? Right? You can see the order ID, all the fills, okay? That's not a bad day for 30 minutes, a couple grand, okay? It's a simple play, but be mindful. The wide range bar has to take out some type of pivot resistance, okay? It has to take out some type of resistance. When you're getting into the stock, there should be nothing to the left. No pivots, no consolidations, just clean air and void above on the chart. That's it. Okay? Simple. Guys, they can go both ways. Here's one on EMR. Wide bar, narrow bar, drop. Wide bar, narrow bar. Notice we had to break under that 54.30 mark right there. We had to get under that mark. Wide bar, narrow bar, drop. Doesn't matter if it's long or short. Okay? It doesn't matter if it's long or short, guys. You'll notice on a lot of these, not all, a lot of them are whole and half numbers, huh? Not all of them, okay? You'll notice this one on FSLR isn't. This one's a little over 30 bucks, right? This one's at 14.60. I love whole and half numbers, guys. I don't have time to get into why today, but I love whole and half numbers. It's a human thing, okay? And I don't mean just me. I mean, it's a psychological thing in trading, okay? So this pattern works both ways. You want to go long? Go long. You want to go short? You go short. Now, obviously, the higher time frame daily chart, 60-minute chart is going to determine that, okay? FSLR, 15-minute chart, wide bar, narrow bar. Note, 61 is the line in the sand. A little bit above 61 is the line in the sand. I'm not taking this unless we are above that area. That bar, that first bar, is one of the widest bars on the chart, right? This red bar is pretty big. Well, that bar is about just as big. That's how I know that it's a genuine wide range bar, because it's much bigger than just about any other bar on the chart. Second bar in that upper 30%, upper 40%, boom. No, you're in this stock at like 61.75 with a 25-cent stop. Goes to 63 bucks almost. $1.25. It's almost 5 to 1, 4 to 1. Okay. LJPC. This one was this week, wasn't it? This one was like Monday or something like that, guys. Wide bar, couple narrow bars. That's a $5 move. $5 move. Here's another one. This wide bar had to take out this pivot to the left. Wide bar, narrow bar, blast off. This one was just a couple days too. Why do I keep saying that? Because there's not a single day that goes by that this pattern doesn't happen. I'm going to repeat myself. There's not a single day that goes by that this pattern doesn't happen in the markets. Okay? If you don't catch one that day, it's because you didn't look hard enough. And don't get me wrong, there are days I don't find them either, but they're definitely out there every single day. Okay? Take note. 2-minute chart. It's valid. 15-minute chart. It's valid. 5-minute chart. It's valid. Oh, what's that down there? You can just tell by the numbers at the bottom, guys. Daily, weekly charts. They're valid whether you're a scalper, intraday trader where you spend an hour a day in front of your computer, whether you're a longer term swing trader or you spend 3 to 5 days in your trades, whether you're a core trader, whether you're a Warren Buffett type trader. This pattern is valid on any and all time frames. Okay, on any and all time frames. Note, see the one down the bottom right here? We have a long-term consolidation. So the first thing you have actually is an initial breakout, and then you have the 3-bar pattern. This is a double dipper. You could have bought the breakout and added on the 3-bar play. All right, you could have bought the breakout right there, like 16-ish, and then added on the 3-bar play at 18. Guys, it went to 30 bucks. Come on now. That's pretty darn good. All right. Here's another one on DLTR. Wide bar, 2 narrow range bars, blast off. Okay. This simplicity is why I love it so much. You don't need to be a NASA physicist or graduate, summa cum laude from Stanford or MIT to understand this pattern. It's beautiful. Okay. That's why I like it. And like I just got done saying 15 times, they happen every day and they're valid on any and all time frames. Guys, 30 minutes before the market opens, your pretty little head wakes up when the sound of the alarm goes off. You wipe the sleepies out of your eye, walk down the hall, open up your trading platform, and get to work. 90 minutes later, you're done on a 3-bar play pattern, because all you need is really one great pattern. You can use 2 or 3 if you want. I use 2. But all you need is one great pattern. You manage effectively. You build a nice gap list. You pick your 3 or 4 favorites from the gap list, and you trade. 2,200 into 99,000, 13,000 into 95,000, 21 into 51. You've seen that one already. The people that know me that are in here, I'm telling the truth. Meaning, I don't trade more than an hour a day. I don't. I just don't do it. 10, 10:30, 10:30, I'm done. Okay? And I know that's sometimes frustrating for people in the chat room because they're like, well, Jared got his today. He took his 3 trades and he's done. Right? Unmol, for example, trades a little longer and takes more trades than I do. That's fine. That's great. But that's all I do. I mean, when's the last time you guys in the chat room, rhetorical, don't answer, saw me trading at 12 o'clock noon? It doesn't happen that much. Okay? But with a simple pattern, okay, and the right mental approach, you can do the same thing I did. Now, Would I recommend as your first goal in life to try to turn 2 grand into 100? No. It's a tall order for a brand new trader. All right? I'm an experienced trader doing these things, but it can be done. So I don't want to hear the excuses from people going, oh, it can't be done. It can't be done. The one time you did it was a fluke. No, actually, that wasn't even the best year. It wasn't even the best year. Okay? So it comes down to this, guys. Let me ask you a question. I mean, how much would you give? How much would you pay to have us personally hold your hand in the chat room every day, right? And help you achieve that dream, okay? See, the problem is there's a lot of people that just like to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk and they never do anything, okay? That can't be you, all right? You have to take action steps, guys. You can't say, oh, one day I'm going to do that or someday I'm going to do that, okay? You have to get off your ass and do it, okay? I've found that anyone can do this, guys. How much does it mean to you? How much does it mean to you to have the freedom, the time, the flexibility to make a living in a couple hours a day or less and then do whatever the heck you want after? I don't care if you have another job and you just want to make a little side income. We have a lot of traders that do that too. Yeah, an hour a day, they come make some money trading, go off to their job. Cool, whatever. Do what you need to do. Okay? Do what you need to do. All right? The other thing, guys, it's important to know who you're learning from, okay? That's me here. For those of you who haven't seen me on social media, Scoutmaster is usually what I use on social media. Anmol and I founded this company a couple years ago because we wanted to help traders. One of the things, guys, when I started out in this business, I was very, very fortunate. I had a mentor, okay? I had somebody that took me under their wing. And you want the truth? It was dumb luck, okay? It was dumb luck. My wife knew his wife. We had dinner one night, went over his house. I saw this rig and I was like, literally, do you work for NASA, man? No, and he got telling me what he did. Okay? So let it not be dumb luck for you. Okay? Understand that you're learning from two very successful traders, and not just traders, very successful entrepreneurs. I own quite a bit of real estate. I know Anmol does as well, and he also owns a couple other retail businesses that I won't get into. But I mean, this is us guys at the stock exchange floor, right? The floor of the NYSE for the Cadman IPO, all right? Talking to the floor traders, talking about high frequency trading, taking a tour. That's cool stuff, right? They don't just let anybody down there, okay? So I'm a big believer, guys, and I've shown it to you twice. I'm going to show it to you a third time. I'm not talking about this stuff, but showing it. I come into the room, I show it, okay? This, I show it, all right? There's my name. See where it says signed in as Jared Wesley, sign out, etc. Hold on, let me get the bar. I got to move this over a little bit. Guys, that's it. That's taking a small account and making it bigger. We're in February. By the end of the year, there's going to be a zero behind that. Listen to me. By the end of the year, there's going to be a zero behind that. You'll see. Come back and talk about it next year at this time, and you'll see. Okay? You'll see. 4,000%, 2,000%, 700%. People can only dream of those kind of returns. And guys, do it with that. With that. 3-bar play and the occasional breakout. It's pretty badass to think. And the occasional breakout. It's pretty badass to think. You don't have to spend 5 years learning this stuff. All right? Guys, we get compliments from folks all the time for how much we've helped them. Polar Hawk is somebody that's in our chat room. He did a mentorship with us in New York City over the summer. Guys, a mentorship, we had 5 days live, traded in front of our students every day. Thanks for the mentorship, Jared. 8R today. 3.5R was my biggest day before that. That's pretty good stuff. Hearing that from people, guys. Right? Jared, thanks for Cree. Sold it at 28 bucks. Look, Cree, over 27.50. Okay? It's nice to know that you're actually helping people, right? It's really nice to know that people appreciate it, okay? Just put a lot of work into this, guys, right? Putting that gap list together, putting your favorites out there every single day, because this is a what have you done for me lately business. Your reputation is on the line every single day, right? You have a bad month, people start to doubt you. And I tell them, guys, this is part of the game. January wasn't a great month. It's just part of the game, okay? Impressive, all right? Impressive. I'll let you guys read that. But honestly, the PTS course is the only course that I've ever watched from beginning to end. I couldn't take my eyes off or focus any harder on PTS course. I finished it in a few days. It's good stuff, guys. If you want to go to the website and check out some more testimonials, go for it. It's livetraders.com. Okay, livetraders.com. All right. Guys, all of these strategies that I'm talking about, whether it's the 3-bar play, whether it's a breakout, whether it's money management, trade management, psychology. Oh, and by the way, level 2 also. See, one of my pet peeves in this business, guys, and I'm going to go off with just a quick 1-minute side tangent, is a lot of these places that talk about how great a pattern is, but they don't actually teach you how to make money from it. They say, well, buy it here and sell it there. Any real trader knows it's not just as easy as buying it here and selling it there, right? It's just like Mario Andretti coming up to you and say, oh, well, you just hit the pedal and push it to the floor. And then you go left, and every once in a while you hit the brake. Well, you better have brass in your pocket on some of those racetracks, huh? My point in saying this is Professional Trading Strategies talks about not only the patterns, but how to actually get filled on them. Because, guys, not every trade is Bank of America that does 50 million shares a day. Some of these stocks you have a hard time getting filled on. And guess what? The greatest pattern on the planet is a worthless pattern if you can't get the shares you need. You're trying to get 1,000 shares and you get filled for 100. Well, that trade is 10 times less exciting now, isn't it? 10 times less exciting because you're going to make 10 times less money. Okay? 10 times less money. All right? Guys, progress is what we're after. All right? Progress. And you're thinking, what the heck is this? I used to drive one of those. Okay? And it wasn't brand new. I stole this picture off the internet, by the way. Okay? But it looked exactly like that. It was an old 2002 used Ford Explorer. Okay? These are my 3 current cars now. That's the missus. These are mine. That's progress, guys. Without trading, I wouldn't be able to do that. Some people come up to me and they're inspired by it. Other people go, ha ha, that's some nice trader porn. But the truth is, that's the reality of what has happened to me. This is my reality. Make it your reality. Okay? This is my reality. I went from this. I had an M5 after it, had a Ferrari, have one now, and I have a Vet too. That's my reality. What's yours? This is also my reality. I couldn't afford much more than Southwest 15 years ago. It's different now. Okay? I get to do stuff like this now. Right? What's your reality going to be? 1, 2, 3 years? You're going to be sitting in the same chair? Remember what the saying, guys? You keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Where are you going to be in a year or two? Okay? Where are you going to be? Guys, these are recent trades. Okay? I post these on my StockTwits. There it is, IP under 5210. Guys, I want you to take note. This is West Coast time. That is 5 minutes before the market ever opened. I'm going to repeat myself. That is 5 minutes before the market opened. There it is in the chat room. I reposted it. IP under 5210. We're trading IP under 5210. 5201 we got in, 5220 stop loss. Okay? I say it because I don't want people thinking, oh, that's after the fact. Oh, no. Doesn't work that way. Okay? Same here. All right? AA, 9:25 in the morning. AA over 39. Guys, where are we buying AA? Over 39. Look at and I know it's hard to see. It's 9:25. Okay, faves, AA, remember? Let's do it one more time. One more time for good measure. Create your gap watch list in 15 minutes. Pick your 3 favorite stocks and trade them for money. Okay, that is exactly what this is. My watch list dwindled down to 1, 2, 3, 4 ideas. And AA was the one we ended up trading that day. Okay? AA was the one we ended up trading that day. Okay? Guys, normally, and I'm going to open this up for questions in just a few minutes. Okay? Normally, the professional trading strategies course is $1,900 and you don't get any of these other things. Nothing. No tracking spreadsheet, no gap scanner, no webinar, no swing newsletter. You do get email tech support from time to time. No free room, and I'm even throwing in signed paperback copies. Okay? This is what this is worth, guys. In fact, it's worth a lot more than that because $3,000 is nothing. To change the rest of your life, guys, like I said, are you going to keep doing what you've always done so that you keep getting what you've always gotten so that you can sit there and just continue to drive your Ford Explorer around? It was actually a pretty reliable vehicle. Not much flash to it, but pretty reliable, right? I just enjoy these a lot more though, okay? And it's not all about the material stuff, guys. I want to be clear. It's not always about the material stuff. I get to pick my kids up from school. Do you? Serious? I was at Dave and Buster's 2 days ago with my daughter. They had a half day. Picked her up at 11:40 in the morning. By noon, 12:30, we're at Dave and Buster's. You get to do that, right? Not many people do. Guys, those connections, family, friends, travel, vacation, that's what life's really about. Trading is simply a means to allow you to do those things. So you might look at a car and go, I'm not into cars. Not everybody is. But I bet you're into taking your wife out to a nice dinner or just relaxing with the kids, watching a movie or going somewhere fun, spending that quality time. You have to ask yourself, how important is it to you? Okay, how important is it to you? All right, those are checks, real checks. Today, guys, I'm gonna take it from 33. I'm gonna offer for $1,500. Okay, and that's it. That's the cheapest we've ever offered this. Okay, ever, and it comes with everything you see here. All right, guys, I don't do webinars very often. I'm going to say I do 1 to 2 a year, and that's the God's honest truth. I do 1 to 2 of these a year. All right, it's just I don't have time to be sitting around at 6 o'clock at night doing this stuff. There's other fun things to do out there. Okay, but you need to really ask yourself how serious you are about taking the next step in your life. Okay, taking the next step in your life, and I'm going to throw one more thing in. You can get this in 3 payments of $500 if you want. Okay. Unmall can throw that in there if there's a link for it, but you can get this in 3 payments of $500. So you can pay it over 3 months if you want. Most people pay it up front, but you can do that. Okay. Guys, I'm going to open up for questions, but I want you to really, really, really think about your future. Do you want to be a successful trader that allows you to have the freedom, the time, the flexibility, guys, to do the things you want to do, okay? Guys, I don't show you these P&Ls to impress you. I show them, guys, to impress upon you that anybody can do it. Gosh, if Unmol can do it, you can do it. That's God's honest truth, really, seriously, okay? So think about that. Think about everything I've said today. Think about how this business could change your life. And the best part for most people, it doesn't have to impede or infringe upon your life while you're learning it, right? You open up a restaurant or buy a business, everything goes on hold. You go all in, all in. You take 500 grand and you invest it in the business. If you're wrong, you're screwed. BK, baby. You can still keep your day job while you're learning this business. How sweet is that? How sweet is that? Okay? All right. I'm going to open it up for questions, guys. Jackson D. Which broker and platform would I recommend? I use Fusion and TradeStation, so I'd recommend both. I think there's a lot of great platforms out there. Sterling is very, very good. Interactive Brokers is very good. If you want a prop or cap style account, Fusion and Sterling, I think, are the top two choices. If you want a retail platform, I think probably TradeStation or IB, depending on the type of order entry. When you started with 2K, what range of stocks are you trading with Interaction? I can use a margin of 3 to 1. I had a margin of 30 to 1, Sanjay, when I did that because it was a prop style account. And I did not have any restriction or limitation, Sanjay, on the price of stocks that I traded. I traded anywhere from zero to Priceline, which is $1,600 stock. It didn't matter. Okay, and it doesn't matter. The price of a stock is generally irrelevant as long as you understand level 2 and know the spread. Okay. Let's see. Rav, you can jump straight into professional trading strategies. Yes, you can. I see the majority of the time you use 2-minute chart, 1 3 or 5-minute charts. Great question, Div. Great question. You know why? Because the majority of the damage that I do in the markets, the good stuff, the making money, is in the first 30 minutes. And 2-minute charts for me are the most relevant in that time frame. I do use 5-minute charts, but I like my favorite play is a 3-bar play at 9:35 in the morning. 9:30 to 9:32 is the first bar. 9:32 to 9:34 is the second bar. And right around 9:30 to 9:34 to 9:35, it triggers. Boom. That's my favorite play in the whole world. Actually, I'm lying a little. There's one play I like slightly better than that, but that's pretty damn close. Okay. But yes, I do. I do like the 2-minute chart quite a bit. I do use the 1 and the 5. Don't use the 3. I think the 1, the 2, and the 5 is plenty. You can use the 3 though. There's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. The offer is available, I believe, until tomorrow. Is that true, Unmo? I don't know if it's available till tomorrow or this evening. Let's see. What time frame do you normally trade off in the morning? 2-minute chart, Matt. I just covered that, but like I said, 1 minute and occasionally the 5-minute, but mostly the 2. Yeah. To short stocks. Mark Yen, that's a great question. I don't really know. If you're in our CAP program, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. So you can short stocks on Fusion or Sterling, whether you're in Singapore, whether you're in Australia, whether you're in the US, wherever it is that you are in this wonderful world we live in. Cliff likes Street Smart from Schwab. Cliff is a fantastic trader, by the way, guys. He's in our chat room, and he's the real deal. This guy is straight up great. What type of order do you use to enter trades? Fabio, great question. I use market orders and stop limit orders to enter, and it depends on the platform I'm using. On Fusion, I use stop market orders to enter. On TradeStation, I use stop limit orders. And the reason that I use stop market orders on Fusion is brevity, which means time. Save myself a half a second or 1 second. I use a stop market order. But again, you have to understand level 2 to use a stop market order for entry. I would not, I'm going to be clear, I would not recommend entering your trades with stop market orders unless you have experience and you know what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to get hammered. Okay? 3-bar play the Forex, sure, Reed. It can be applied to anything. Absolutely, for sure. Okay? 3-bar play is on a 2-minute bar. So 3-bar play. It could be anything, Sanjay. Yeah, any time frame. Also work. Yes, Obi, it works. I would go up a time frame to the 5. I would use the 15-minute Obi if you're going to do it after lunch. Okay, I would do it on a 15-minute chart if you're going to do it after lunch. But yes, you can absolutely use it all day long. Okay, all day long. Lou Gann, great question. How do you construct your watch list? I use dollar gainers and dollar losers, and then there's information that we teach in professional trading strategies that tells you what to look for. The size of the gap, where it's gapping to, where it's gapping from, what it's gapping over, red bar, green bar, doji bar, volume it has. There's a lot of different factors. Okay, that's that's not a 1-minute answer question. But yeah, I use dollar gainers and dollar losers. Okay, not exactly a soup question, but you know what I mean. Professional trading strategies covers that in great detail. What is the price range? Jackson D, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. I trade whatever I see. That goes literally from, I'm going to say roughly $5 stocks for me. I don't trade a lot of $1 and $2 stocks up to probably Google. Honestly, Google is probably one of the more expensive stocks we trade. We trade Tesla, I don't want to say a lot, but enough. Okay, some traders in the room trade it quite a bit, but I'm going to say 5 to 800. That's a pretty broad range. Unmall, in my opinion, trades slightly lower priced stocks. I trade anything, if that makes sense. Okay. Nick Moss, email info@LiveTraders and put in the title CAP program, and we'll send you some information on it. Okay. Yes, Robert. Yes, you do. Let's see. Can you talk about the CAP program? Yes, Omar. A lot of people know about prop programs. It's where you can open up an account for $3, $4, $5, $10,000. Most places you need $30,000 to open up a retail account, right? Almost everywhere. That's an SEC FINRA rule. Period. End of discussion. Okay. By trading in a CAP program or a prop program, you don't need to have that $30,000. Okay. But to do a prop program, you need a Series 56 or a Series 7. In our CAP program, you don't. That's the beauty of it, Omar. Okay. That's how I can take 2,000 and turn into 50, 3,000, 4,000, turn into 100. Okay. You get 10 to 30 to 1 leverage retail, you get 4 to 1. Okay. I could talk all day about the CAP program, and I love the CAP program, and I'm using a CAP account right now at the moment. Okay, to show you guys that 5 can be turned into 50. But that's also a long-winded answer. Okay, if no 3-bar play emerges, then you don't take the trade. Absolutely, Jojo. That's it. We're pattern traders. You got to have your pattern before you push the button. Period. And we are not gamblers, guys. We don't go all in like they do in poker. We don't do that. You get what you're looking for, or you get nothing. That's it. Okay. Let's see. Are you taking into consideration the close of the candle or the uptick, downtick? The close of the candle is typically what I'm looking for. Typically, you know. Let's see. How long is the course? The course. Great question. Great question. I didn't even go over that. It's 460, 470 pages and 16 hours. 16 hours of video that comes with it. I can't believe I missed that. It's on the slide, but I didn't talk about it. I wrote the course and I teach the course. Okay, so you get unlimited viewings of that 16 hours of video. Anybody who signs up today and tomorrow gets a paperback copy as well. This beautiful paperback copy that you see on a lot of my social media channels, okay, under Scoutmaster. 500. The book is like 480 some pages. The manual is slightly less because there's extra pages in the book. But yes, you get that only as part of this special, guys. Okay, only as part of the special. I don't normally give out the book. 500 color pages is not cheap. All right. Next live trading class, Brian. Great question. We're likely going to be having 2 this year. 2. We're going to have a silver course that I'm just finishing off now, and then I'm going to do a live professional trading strategies that if you purchase now, you will have also access to that as well. I'll likely be doing that over the summertime. Okay, I'll likely be doing that over the summertime. Let's see. Oh shoot, Cliff, you're right. I apologize, man. Yep, I'll try to remember. Looking at the daily chart, is the first bar on 216 where I don't have it up, Chris. I'll have to go over it tomorrow in the chat room. Okay. 1 month free, I'll be charged. Yes, Kathy. Our CAP traders are 97 for the room. If you're part of the CAP program, it's 97 for the room. Otherwise, yes, it's are 97 for the room. If you're part of the CAP program, it's 97 for the room. Otherwise, yes, it's 147. It's well worth it. Resistance support in the last week, month, year. I'm not sure what you mean, Lou. You say resistance and support in the last week or month of the year. I apologize. Yep, courses online. We do that on purpose, Ramesh. We used to do them in person, and people prefer to do them online. We have a much better response online, so that's what we've done. We've listened to you guys. Okay. With such a small account, margin or cap. How did I? Because I had 30 to 1 leverage. Okay. And Divesh, I started with $50 to $100 risk on that account. I never risk more than 2 or 3% of my account on any single trade ever. Okay, so when you saw that $2,000 into 50, I never risked more than 2 to 3% of that account on one single individual trade. Don't do it. That's poor money management. Something we talk about in professional trading strategies. CAP webinar, were you going to detail about seemed interested? James, we could do that. The CAP program is very popular. I'm going to be honest with you. we don't have a lot of spots open. Unmall and I fund that account with our own money. We have to have the buying power available through our own money, even though there is a price for the course. So we don't have a ton of spots available. You'll have to get with Unmall to see exactly how many we have, because like I said, if we run out of buying power, then we can't admit more people. All right. Let's see. Get 30 to 1. I think I'm starting to get down there. Okay. Just start learning how to trade. That's a great question, Zachary. If I were you, I would go on and download the free ebook, Zachary, and then open up a demo account, a simulator account. All right, and then just start practicing trading that way in a simulator account, because technically you can't trade till you're 18. Wink, wink. I suppose you could take mom and dad's account, give them the money for it, but technically you can't trade till you're 18. Let's see. What resistance do you use to enter a trade last week, last month, last year? Great question, Lou. Again, it really depends. As far back as I can see on the chart, and for me, in the daily, it's usually 3 or 4 months. If I see something in that range, then I usually won't take it. Keep in mind, Lou, this is important. I'm trading micro time frames. So if I were swing trading, I'd go back more than 3 or 4 months. Okay. I'm looking for those 30 to 50 cent little pops, those little moves, maybe $1. Again, if it's Google, $2 or $3, $4, but you know what I mean on normal stocks. Okay. Before, please elaborate. What is a level 1 gap? How do you quantify? Stephen, that's a great question. It's in professional trading strategy. It's an entire chapter in professional trading. It's an 80-page chapter. That's the truth. It's an 80-page chapter on gaps. Okay. So we go over level 1, level 2, level 3, and there's very, very specific criteria. It's literally on a checklist. It has to have this A, it has this B, this C, this D, this E, this F. Okay? It's very specific. Okay? All right. Let's see. What is the purpose of the gap scanner? Jojo, because not everybody uses dollar gainers and dollar losers. Unmall uses the gap scanner. A lot of folks in our room use the gap scanner. It just depends on what you're looking for. Keep in mind, Jojo, everybody trades slightly differently. Okay. Unmall has a totally different style of trading. It's well within the live traders system, right? Professional trading strategies, but he doesn't take as many 3-bar plays as I take. He takes a lot of pullback plays where he bids for the stock price, right? So we have a little differences there. A lot of newer traders, Jojo, prefer the scanner because it does a lot of the work for you, right? I'm a little more manual, a little more old school on that. Okay. Awesome, Laska. Awesome. Guys, forgot one last thing. I'm giving away a Trading with an Edge paperback book. I have it in my hands right now. I'm smelling the newness of it. All right. This is normally $200 because the course is $100 and the book's $100. It's $200. I'm going to give this book away in my hands to somebody out there. The question is, who am I going to give it to? All right. I'm going to go up and down the list with my finger because it's the only way I can do it. My eyes closed, and wherever I stop, that's who gets it. All right. I'll tell you in a second. Hold on. Give me 3 seconds. James Pillman. James Pillman, if you are around. James Pillman. All right, James. Email me your address. You will have this book. Email me your address. You will have this book within 2 weeks or less. Okay? Yeah, no problem at all. Going from my hands right now to yours. Okay? Guys, couple more questions, and then we're going to call it a day and wrap it up. I want to say thanks. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Okay? I was serious when I said you want to change your life. Okay? This stuff is no joke. All right? What would it be like to take $2,000 and turn it into 100? What would it be like to take 10 grand and turn it into 50? Just double your money, for goodness sakes. What would it be like? It'd be pretty nice. Okay? It would be pretty nice. Give you the freedom and flexibility to do things that you want to do. Okay? Guys, Unmall, and I didn't show this, but Unmall took 25 grand and turned it into 200. It's actually 221,000, but after fees, it was just under 200 grand. That's pretty good. 25 grand into 200. So we're not just talking about 50 or 100,000. Somebody like, oh, I'm not excited about 50 grand. Well, you can make 200-300 grand doing this too. Make as much money as you want. All right. That's up to you. Okay. All right. Is this the last question? Is a 3-bar play effective when breaking a moving average, acting as support or resistance? Moving averages are not support or resistance. They're simply an area where prior price action was achieved, and therefore the moving average is there. So I don't really use moving averages, Obi. We do teach them here at Live Traders, okay, but I don't use them. So I'm not really that interested in where the moving average is, to be honest with you, if that helps, okay. 3-bar play is momentum play. Wide bar, narrow bar, blast off. Wide bar, narrow bar, blast off, okay. And being a momentum play, the moving average is not often going to be close to it, because if the wide bar is a true wide bar, it's going to move away, blast away from the moving average, right? So if you guys have any other questions or comments, please feel free to email Live Traders, or you can email me, Jared@livetraders.com. Thank you guys. Appreciate the time.